Great things are about to unfold on the Belgian coast in the North Sea, as it soon becomes one of history's groundbreaking renewable energy megaprojects. Join us as we explore the creation of this 4.3 billion British pound man-made energy island. Back in 2021, Belgium made a game-changing decision when it committed to producing 3.5 gigawatts of wind energy by 2030. And now they're planning to make that happen by building something that's never been done before, the world's first artificial energy island. Yes, we're talking about Princess Elizabeth Energy Island. Located 45 kilometers off the Belgian coast in the North Sea, this area is all set to become a revolutionary energy hub designed to collect and distribute electricity from offshore wind farms and interconnect with countries like the UK and Denmark. Once completed, this island will channel up to 3.5 gigawatts of clean energy, helping to power homes and industries across Europe. But it's not just about renewable energy, it's about setting a new standard in environmental sustainability. It's being developed by Belgian electricity operator Elia with the help of the TM Edison Consortium and marine environment experts. The island will feature a nature-inclusive design, but we'll talk about that in detail a little bit later, so stay tuned. Catherine Vandenborre, the interim CEO of Elia Group, noted that the island would not only unlock the second offshore wind zone, but also offer crucial opportunities for the future. She also stressed that access to large volumes of sustainable and affordable electricity is essential for both the competitiveness of Belgian industries and the well-being of households. The best part is that the island will be equipped with cutting-edge HVDC and HVAC infrastructure, making it a vital hub in Europe's renewable energy network. And with around 60 kilometers of DC cables and 300 kilometers of AC cables, Princess Elizabeth Island will enable Belgium to trade renewable energy with its neighbors, boosting interconnectedness and energy security, which sounds like a win-win for not just Belgium, but Europe as a whole. As construction of the island kicks off in 2024, by 2030, Princess Elizabeth Island will power Europe's green energy revolution. Building an island in the middle of the ocean is no easy task. The project is being led by two Belgian giants, construction firm Jan de Nul and dredging specialist Demi. With 800 workers tackling harsh weather conditions, they're overcoming enormous challenges to keep the project on track. This incredible artificial island will use 23 giant concrete caissons, each the size of a 10-story building and weighing 22,000 tons. Each of these giant concrete blocks is an engineering marvel. Measuring 57 meters long, 30 meters wide, and 30 meters tall, each caisson takes about 3 months to complete. The production process is split into 5 stages, and one of the most fascinating is when slit forming is used to build the caisson walls. 10 centimeters are added every hour over a 10-day period. Once a caisson is finished, it's moved to its next stop using runners, which takes around 6 hours. And when they're all done, 23 caissons in total will be transported to the North Sea, where they'll form the outer walls of the energy island. Once at sea, they'll be anchored to the seabed and filled with sand to create a strong, stable foundation for the island. Of course, much of the work is done onshore to minimize risks, but when it's time to transport these massive caissons, that's when the real adventure begins. Other than the caissons, we have the interconnectors that will link Belgium to the UK and Denmark, helping to build an integrated European electricity grid, a crucial step towards achieving the European Union's climate goals. And to ensure the foundation stays secure, a rock installation vessel called Simon Steven will place large rocks on the seabed to support the caissons. Scour protection is also installed around the island to prevent damage from heavy storms. The entire process of placing the caissons will take about 2 years, with work temporarily pausing during the stormy winter months. But by 2026, all 23 caissons will be in place, forming the outer ring of Princess Elizabeth Island. Once the caissons are in place, dredging vessels will fill the core of the island with sand. This will allow Elia to begin constructing the vital electrical infrastructure that will transmit energy from wind farms to the mainland. The island will also feature a small harbor with mooring berths to ensure safe and smooth personnel transfers during operations. Julie de Nul, the CEO of Jan de Nul Group, said, "These caissons will soon form the contours of the world's first artificial energy island, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the energy transition." And Luc Vandenbolk, the CEO of Demi Group, said the collaboration between TM Edison and Elia has been incredible, and we're well on our way to realizing this world-first energy island. It's a unique project combining cutting-edge technology with sustainable design, and it's another chance for Belgian companies to show our expertise in the energy transition. Exciting new updates on the world's first artificial energy island have also been revealed. At IPF 2024 in New Orleans, experts revealed the progress of this groundbreaking project. The first major milestone comes with the near completion of the first caisson, which is set to be transported and installed on the seabed later this year. However, building the island will not be without its challenges. According to Karl Heiermans, a senior manager from the JDN Group, the modularity of the island's design is key. This modularity allows for future expansion and makes maintenance easier and safer compared to floating substations. Energy security and resilience are the driving forces behind this project. Belgium, along with 8 other European countries, are part of the Ostend Declaration, a commitment to developing 120 gigawatts of offshore wind energy in the North Sea by 2030 and 300 gigawatts by 2050. Alright, time for the most interesting part of this project. Imagine an island that not only powers homes, but also nurtures marine life. Princess Elizabeth Island will do just that through a groundbreaking approach called nature-inclusive design. As the world moves towards a successful energy transition, offshore wind production is becoming essential. The more infrastructure is built, the more we interact with both surface and underwater ecosystems. Until now, the focus has been on how to mitigate environmental impacts after construction. But with Princess Elizabeth Island, the game is changing. At the heart of this project, the concept of nature-inclusive design is all about integrating biodiversity from the start, ensuring our energy infrastructure not only coexists with nature, but actually helps it to flourish. The island will feature an artificial reef for marine life to settle here, creating a thriving underwater ecosystem. Different species will interact within this new habitat, providing additional benefits to the ecosystem as a whole. This collaboration between engineers, scientists, and nature experts shows how renewable energy infrastructure can promote environmental sustainability. By designing with nature in mind, they're opening new possibilities for future projects around the world. Now, let's discover the ways this engineering marvel is enhancing biodiversity. First up, special ledges will be built into the storm wall to provide breeding and resting areas for the black-legged kittiwake, a species of cliff-nesting birds. This not only supports their population, but helps maintain the delicate ecosystem above the water. These fragile seabirds, which usually nest on rocky cliffs, will find a new home on the island, thanks to these man-made structures. Nature experts will even monitor the evolution of this population to ensure their habitat thrives. Next, relief panels will be installed along the underwater walls of the island. These panels will create shelter for smaller marine organisms, encouraging biodiversity by providing areas to forage and grow. A chaotic scour protection system will also be installed around the island's base, creating a variety of habitats where different marine species can shelter, rest, and forage. The mix of fine gravel beds and large boulders will ensure that biodiversity thrives in this complex environment. The more varied the habitat, the more likely richer marine life will call it home. And that's not all. They're even creating a breeding ground for oysters. To promote the growth of oyster reefs, oyster baskets will be introduced. These baskets will help kickstart a biogenic reef, vital for improving water quality and providing habitats for various marine species, another win-win for both nature and engineering. And to further encourage the development of oyster reefs, oyster tables will be placed around the island that will provide a surface for oyster larvae to attach and grow, boosting the reef-building process. Large boulders will add an extra layer of complexity to the underwater environment. This not only makes the area more attractive to marine life, but also helps protect the island from erosion, creating a resilient and rich habitat. And finally, a long-term scientific monitoring program will track the effectiveness of these measures. This will ensure that adjustments can be made as needed, allowing for continual improvement in biodiversity conservation. With these 7 tangible measures, Princess Elizabeth Island sets a new standard for sustainable energy projects around the world. The project has been garnering much praise from the Belgian leadership. Alexander De Croo, Prime Minister of Belgium, said, "The North Sea is set to become the powerhouse of our energy independence, and Princess Elizabeth Island will be a crucial part of this process." Belgium has always been a pioneer in offshore wind, and this project keeps us ahead of the curve, guaranteeing sustainability and competitively priced energy for our citizens and businesses. With the island setting a new standard for environmental sustainability thanks to its nature-inclusive design, developed in consultation with marine environmental experts, the island will enhance biodiversity both on land and in the sea. Tin van der Straten, Minister for Energy, said, "Princess Elizabeth Island is a global example of how renewable energy and biodiversity can go hand in hand." Belgium is setting the standard for future projects across Europe, especially in the North Sea, which will play a major role in the continent's offshore wind ambitions. The project is a massive feat of engineering, employing 300 staff on-site daily and supported by the EU's COVID-19 Recovery Fund with a grant of €100 million. Thomas Dermine, State Secretary for Economic Recovery and Strategic Investment, said, "The energy island is a flagship project for the recovery plan and embodies three of its defining features: investment in infrastructure, deployment of innovative solutions, and acceleration of the ecological transition." The project also illustrates the recovery plan's dynamic approach. It will have taken 6 years to get from the conceptual phase to full completion, which is quite an achievement for a project of this size. By late 2026, the island will be complete, and the electrical infrastructure will start going live, helping secure Europe's energy future. And that's a wrap on Princess Elizabeth Island, the world's first artificial energy island. With construction well underway and the first caisson nearing completion, we're witnessing history unfold right before our eyes. Belgium is not only powering its future, but also setting a new global standard for sustainability. So what do you think about this ambitious project? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the latest construction projects around the world.